Steven Pinker.
By Owen Hallblame,
Aubrey Howell,
Emily McLeod,
And Susanna Morawski.
Steven Pinker was born in 1954 in a Jewish community in Montreal, Canada. He earned his bachelor's degree from McGill and a PhD from Harvard and a postdoctoral fellowship at MIT. He's currently professor of psychology at Harvard and has also taught at Stanford and MIT. He's a two-time Pulitzer Prize finalist, a recipient of 9 honorary doctorates, has won Humanist of the Year, and is an elected member of the National Academy of Science. He specializes in visual cognition and psycholinguistics. Visual cognition is the interpretation of sensory information. Psycholinguistics is the relation between psychology and linguistics.
Steven Pinker's 1994 book, The Language Instincts, explains Noam Chomsky's theory of universal grammar and posits that language is an inherent instinct in human beings. Almost as important as the ideas themselves is how accessible his writing is, opening linguistics to the layman.
How the Mind Works. This book argues that the mind works like a computational model and pulls heavily from evolutionary psychology to support his theory. This is one of his poor received books, and Jerry Fodder wrote a rebuttal to it titled, "The Mind Does Not Work That Way."
Words and Rules was published in 1999 and focuses on how children learn their mother tongue, mainly discussing English regular and irregular verbs.
The Blank Slate. Pinker challenges 3 dogmas that constitute the dominant view of human nature. The first is blank slate, which is derived from empiricism. The second is the noble savage, derived from romanticism. And the final is the ghost in the machine, which is derived from various Abrahamic religions, among other things.
The Stuff of Thought. This book states 2 things that all language accomplishes. It conveys a message to an audience and negotiates the social relationship between the speaker and the audience. The Better Angels of Our Nature. This book talks about why we are now living in the most peaceful time in history and what motivates humans to act violent and how that does not outweigh our peaceful nature. It also talks about what causes these major shifts in history between violence and peace.
Pinker's rebuttal to the famous Strunk and White elements of style explains how to create what Pinker considers good writing. He uses science, rather than widely perpetuated myths and misunderstandings of language, to explain what makes clear, graceful, and emotionally resonant writing.
Enlightenment Now, The Case for Reason, Science, Humanism, and Progress, argues against the belief that 2016 was the worst year, bringing a positive outlook on progress worldwide.